Peace. What's good, guys? How's it going? Hope you guys are doing well. Let's talk about and discuss NXT Heatwave for August the 16th, 2022. This was a fun show. I enjoyed it for the most part. There was one thing we gotta talk about, though, that I did not fucking like at all. And we'll talk about it when we get there. But I was pissed at this shit. It had me fucking irate. So please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, comment down below. Let's go ahead and get started. So we kicked this show off with a video package being narrated by Paul Heyman. First match of the night, Carmelo Hayes versus Giovanni Vinci for the NXT North American Championship. Hayes wins because Trick Williams gets involved and he hits the powerbomb for his troubles, and then that allows Hayes to roll up Vinci. So I'm fine with that, but I don't know what they're gonna do with Hayes. I don't know what's next for Hayes. I really don't. It is what it is. I feel like he's outgrown the North American Championship. I think it's time for him to move on to bigger and better things. Then we had a backstage segment involving Mandy Rose and Bron Breakker. So Toxic, they pull up to the arena, and Mandy says that Bron's going to have an uphill battle to keep his title tonight. And Bron says Rose does as well. Then Rose says we'll see who leaves with their title. And then Bron says, I guess we will. Moving on, we get a video package involving Von Wagner. Oh my God, what the fuck? Get this man off my TV. Get this piece of shit off my television. Get him off. So, Von and Robert Stone, they're backstage. Stone says if we learned anything from the Falls Count Anywhere match, it's that Von is a freak of nature. Stone praises Von for some more, and then he says if he wanted to walk into any NFL preseason field, he would. I wish he would do that. I really do wish he would do that. Because this pro wrestling thing, it ain't working out. It ain't working out too good for you, pal. Von goes on more about opening doors and says that the game's changed, but the rules remain the same. Anyone smaller and weaker will not survive in this jungle. And he doesn't care if you're internet famous or popular with whoever. So, Diamond Mine, they're out next. So Julius, he grabs the mic and he says, talks how he jumped, how him and Brutus jumped at the chance to train under Strong over a year ago, just under a year ago. They went on to win the Dusty Rhodes Tag Classic, and then they ended up winning the NXT Tag Team Championships, all for Diamond Mine. Julius then says it was brought to his attention that someone's trying to destroy what they built. Someone's trying to bring down the Diamond Mine, and he wants to call that person out. And Julius, he accuses Strong. And then Strong, he then says, why they're pointing their fingers at him? Are you kidding me? He brought them into the Diamond Mine because they're world-class athletes. They needed guidance, he said. And he said that they're one of the best tag teams in all WWE. He believes in them as much as they would have a really good match with the Usos. They're on their level in his eyes. And Julius tells Strong that the Usos, they can get it any time, and that the Creeds are the future of WWE, but he knows Strong will stab him in the back first chance he gets. And then so Brutus backs his brother, and then Roddy gets on the mic again, and he says the Creeds need to be careful with what what they say next. And Julius says he does what's calculated, and he's not going to keep playing these games. He's going to show Strong. And then so he shows Strong the footage of what happened with their match a couple weeks ago, three weeks ago with D'Angelo. And they showed him the knee that Strong hit on Julius. And then Strong says that Tony D is a scumbag, and Strong doesn't know what happened there. So they're about to brawl, and then they are jumped by Gallus. My boys Gallus, Joe Coffey, Mark Coffey, and Wolfgang. So they're here. So they take down all four individuals. Moving on. Well, actually, no, let's talk about this. So Gallus is interesting. I love me some Gallus. So we had a backstage interview involving Roxanne Perez. She says that this is the most nervous she's ever been before a match. Her stomach has been announced all day. Perez also says that she thought she'd never be standing across the ring from her best friend. But Cora Jade wanted this. Jade ended their friendship. So now there's no way for her to hide. That being Jade, and then she says Jade will make her bed and has to lay in it. So we get Cora Jade versus Roxanne Perez. This was an okay match, but not Cora Jade, but Perez has to do better than what she's doing. She's not even trying as a character, and I get that she's from the Indies and all that jazz, but still, she's got to have more of a better acting ability than what she's doing right now. Cora Jade wins, so she brings the kendo stick into the ring, blatantly in front of the referee. She hits the DDT for the win. So there's that. I'm pretty sure the feud is going to continue because it's not over by a long shot, in my opinion. So Mackenzie Mitchell, she's backstage with the NXT UK champions, Briggs and Jensen, and Fallon Henley. And then she asked them about what happened with Pretty Deadly and Last Legend. And they all said that Pretty Deadly and Last Legend got one up on them, but we'll see them soon. They're interrupted by Gallus, and then the security guard to hold them all back. And so they've got a match for next week. So that should be great right there. And we know that Gallus is going to bring back the NXT, bring back the NXT UK Tag Team Championships. Santos Escobar versus Tony D'Angelo. We had a really good video package hyping up their feud thus far for the past 4 months. So that was fucking awesome. Santos Escobar versus Tony D'Angelo in an all-or-nothing street fight. Really fun match here. In the end, Tony brings a crowbar into the ring, and Escobar is trying to grab the brass knucks, but Tony, he's able to whack him in the head first with the crowbar for the 3 count. I'm fine. The crowd also chanted, "You fucked up" in this match when Electra Lopez took a bump. So there was that. That was pretty cool. I like this. I think it was fine, but the finish could have been a little bit better. It felt kind of rushed. But we all know that Santos is headed to the main roster. So Indy Hartwell, she's backstage. She's talking to Katana Chance and Kaden Carter. And then she talks about being a tag team and winning gold. And then the staffer brings Indy a drawing, and it's from Dexter Loomis, basically. She's really excited. She's like, "Oh my god." Then Blair Davenport appears. She rips up the drawing, and that was that. And then she says she's going to be the next NXT Women's Champion. So then we get a video involving Wendy Chu and Tiffany Stratton to have up their lights out match next week. And I'm just like, what in the actual fuck is going on here? What the hell is this shit? What is this? What the fuck are we doing? Really? Oh my god. What in the fuck are we doing, man? How is this gonna work? I mean, it's interesting, but how is this gonna work, man? How? How's it gonna work? How's it gonna play out? Zoe Stark versus Mandy Rose for the NXT Women's Championship. Toxic, they get involved early on. Towards the end, Mandy puts on Stark's knee brace, and then he levels her with her jumping knee strike for the 3. She retains. So there was that. I'm fine with this. I was almost certain that Stark might possibly win, but I'm glad she didn't. I think that Nikita is going to ultimately be the one to dethrone Mandy Rose. I think that Zoe Stark's going to be called up to the main roster, and they're going to keep Nikita Lyons in NXT. And, oh, wait, we got to mention a couple backstage segments. So, we got a teaser for Quincy Elliott, and he says that he has a confession to make. He's been bringing all this to NXT, so he's pointing to his left, he's pointing to his right, and then he says he sees all the people from different walks of life, and that excites him. Elliott goes on and he says he's never struggled with being different. Everyone in NXT may be superstars, but he's the super diva. And I'm just like, what in the actual fuck are we doing? And I've seen a couple of his matches on NXT Level Up, and I'm just like, what in the fuck? Because I didn't know who this guy was. I didn't know. So I had to, type his name in and everything else, and I'm just like, oh my god. Shawn Michaels just royally fucked up. Really? Why are we doing this shit now? Why in the fuck are we doing this Sunny Kiss bullshit nonsense? Really? Like, this is some Effie type shit. Like, this doesn't make any fucking sense. Dude, it's not cool. Like, stop it. It makes 0 sense, man. This is some bullshit. This is some fuck shit. Like, really? Like, this dude twerks in his matches. Like, yo, like, the fuck? Get the fuck out of here with this shit, man. Damn. I'm telling you. I don't know what Shawn Michaels is doing, but he better start to rethink what he's doing, because this doesn't make any sense. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, just no. Just stop and think before you do things. Just no. There's no need for this shit on national television. There's no reason for it. There's no rhyme or reason for it at all. So, moving on from that little small rant, that's what I was talking about anyway. So Grayson Waller, he cuts a promo backstage. He says that he's bragging about punking out Apollo Crews. And he says that Crews is the one who challenged Waller, and Waller backed out. So Waller, he rants and how he just can't win with McKenzie. He goes on saying that Crews is selfish and wants to have anyone in the back to get what he wants. Waller says next week is the debut of the Grayson Waller effect. The only tough talk in WWE, talk show in WWE, he's going to invite Crews as his first guest. Waller begins to walk off, and then he insults McKenzie for wearing cheap perfume. So that was some pretty good shit right there. That was funny, in my opinion. On to the main event. Bron Breakker versus JD Mcdonagh for the NXT Championship. This was a fun little match. It was fine here. So there were parts in this match that I thought that JD may possibly win, like one when he hit the net breaker. That was fucking sick right there. And then also when he did the advanced Spanish fly into the brain buster, I thought that was it. But Breakker, he kicked out. He ended up hitting, I think, 3 spears total in the match. He wins via a spear into the military press slam for the 1-2-3. Post-match outcomes: the NXT UK champion Tyler Bate. So, way to spoil the tapings there for NXT UK. And so he raises up his title along with Breakker. They stare one another down, and then we go off the air. So, let's get into NXT UK real quick. Right now, they're not doing too well. NXT doesn't make the WWE any money, and they don't make any money in the UK with this brand, and that's not a good sign. Also, they're having trouble with filming with BT Sports, so there's that. Like, they're gonna miss, like, I think 2 sets of tapings, and it was supposed to be like an 8-man tournament, which Bate has won, and he's now the new NXT UK champion. This doesn't make any sense, but I mean, it's fine. I mean, because Ilya Dragunov, he had to relinquish the title via an ankle injury, so he'll be out for a minute. But NXT UK is in bad shape. I do like NXT UK, so I'm glad that we saw Blair Davenport, Gallus, and Tyler Bate. But if you're not familiar with those talents, then you just don't get it. And I see why, but I mean, that's a little bit too much to have 5 debuts on a show, but it's kind of fine. NXT UK just isn't in the best situation right now currently. I don't know. I don't think they're going to actually shut down the brand. I don't. They may do like a revamp, but I think what they're probably going to do is just, they may take the talent that's already there that they can get over in NXT 2.0 and bring them there. And then they may bring some people in on the main roster who are main roster ready. I think that's what they could do. But all in all, I think NXT UK will be fine, you know. I think it's going to be okay. It's not going anywhere, I don't think. I think all they need is just like a revamp, and they'll be fine. But it's interesting to see what's going to happen to NXT UK in the coming months, though. So, you know, there's that. Overall, this was a good show. I don't know when we're going to do Worlds Collide. I think that's what they're going to do, but it looks like they're probably not going to do that. They're probably just going to go ahead and unify both titles, the NXT and the NXT UK Championship. And if they do that, then the brand's dead. And I think that's what they might do anyway. I think that's where all roads are going to lead to. Because Tyler Bate, he's been on NXT before, but that was years ago. Like, if you weren't watching NXT in like 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, stuff like that, then you're not going to know. But Tyler Bate should be a good opponent for Breakker. But Breakker needs a guy with a character, you know, not these just wrestler type guys, these pro wrestling guys, and that's all they are. Like, Tyler Bate, he's no longer like what he once was years ago. He's now evolved more into a Bryan Danielson-esque type of Tyler Bate, I would say, type of character. So he's more of a pro wrestler, which is fine. I only see 3 people within NXT UK who can dethrone Bron Breakker. Number 1, Apollo Crews. Number 2, Tony D'Angelo. Number 3, Carmelo Hayes. It's not in any particular order, but those 3 are that I can think of off the top of my head. So if I had to think, if I had to pick and choose, I think that D'Angelo is going to be the one to dethrone Breakker and send him packing. But I think it would be even better if like Apollo were to send Braun away, and then Tony D'Angelo ends up, sending Apollo away where he can capture the NXT Championship. I mean, I do think that Tony D'Angelo will be the NXT champion in due time. I really do see that. It's a possibility for sure. And when it's his time, man, he's gonna fucking own the joint, dude. The guy sent Pete Dunne packing. He sent Santos Escobar packing, and he sent he sent someone else packing as well. I can't remember, but he sent 3 people packing so far. So I do think that D'Angelo is going to be the head honcho in due time. He really is. Santos Escobar, he's going to be fine on the main roster. But overall, this show was, decent. It was pretty cool. I enjoyed it for the most part. All right, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.
To the end.